How much should you prep and talk with your podcast guests before recording your podcast? Let's talk about that. I'm Christoph Trapp, host of the Business Storytelling Show. And, you hear this all the time when it comes to on podcast episodes. Somebody will say, hey, as we already talked about before the show, as we talked off air earlier, as you mentioned off air. And here's the thing when it comes to that it's not a reference point for the audience. The audience wasn't there, audience doesn't really care. And sometimes what happens, honestly, is that sometimes the best conversation happens before you start if you let it happen. So don't overdo the conversation about the topic before you go live, before you start recording. Focus on what the technology is, how you're going to do it, what the flow is, whatever it might be, but don't have the conversation. Just have the conversation as you are recording.